Welcome to Medica Wellness Studio. I'm Angelica Maria Koch with your educational videos about optimal health and the most innovative and holistic approach to your well-being. So today I decided to throw into the mix of our inspiring discovery series, Healthy Family and Soul Medicine, not just another video about breastfeeding moms or colics in babies, but a very different video about a common sports injury called sprained ankle. While I was visiting my sons in London over the Christmas period, I had an accident and I tripped over a small step and I got a sprained ankle. In fact, I've torn a ligament. So I'm still hopping around with my ankle support brace, but the healing is in full swing, and therefore I decided to make a video about it, in which I share with you the most effective and therapeutic tools how to heal your sprained ankle in a more sweeter and more organic way. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let's have a look first of what a sprained ankle is all about. So according to the Orthopedic and Foot and Ankle Society, it is estimated that about 25,000 people sprain their ankle every single day. Happens quite often. A sprained ankle is an injury that occurs when you roll or you twist your ankle in a sort of awkward way. And this can stretch or tear the tough bands of tissue, they're called ligaments, which hold the ankle bone together. So have a look at the image here to get an idea. Ligaments help to stabilize the joints and also prevent excessive movement. So a sprained ankle occurs when the ligaments are forced sort of beyond the normal range of motion. And most sprained ankles involve injuries to the ligaments which are more on the outer side of the ankle, which happened to me. It's my left foot, and yes, I've torn the ligament on the outer side. Now, ankle injuries can occur in all ages, but they're commonly caused by sort of repetitive overuse or poor posture even, but definitely more contact sports exercises, basketball, tennis, football, soccer, where you also exercise from side to side with your foot, trail running, where it's an uneven surface, even sort of muscular compensation, particularly was a prior injury to that, impact to the ligament or a joint near the foot. For the elderly, this can be a very painful experience because they're already weak and they have an instability with their ankles. So that's something to watch out for. Now the lateral ligament, that's the outer ligament on the outside of the ankle, is the part which is most affected because, that's where we would trip over. That's the one which gets hit first. They say about 85% of all ankle sprains result from dysfunction of this particular ligament, and that happened to me, of course. So the ankle ligaments are made from small tissue fibers, and these fibers, they can develop injuries, almost like little pulls or tears, or they can be completely torn. Why do I know I've torn my ligament? Because I heard the popping sound. It gave it away very, very clearly. So if the ankle ligaments are completely torn, the ankle may become unstable after the healing has occurred. And this is where I come in now with this video. Not only will I tell you how to heal your acute injury, but how to set the stage to create a prevention for further injuries. And that's really what we want. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first thing is you warm yourself up. You warm your body up before you go into some kind of strenuous exercise. Be careful when walking and running on uneven surfaces, particularly with trail running. Ankle support braces are very important, maybe sports tapes, particularly if the injury has happened prior to that. Wear shoes, of course, which fit and are made for your exercise. Well, I was wearing high heels in London, of course, it had to happen. And don't play sports or participate in activities which, are not really matching your condition. Maintain good muscle strengths and flexibilities. And when you have these injuries, it's really important to sort of start creating a core strength inside you, where you have balancing exercises, And I would say yoga is really good here because you also develop a mindfulness how to use your body. Now, if the injury is severe, of course, your doctor by then will do measurements like X-ray, MRI, CT scan, ultrasound, just to make sure the bone isn't broken, but also to get more detail about the damage of your ligament. So what are the common signs? Well, I know it well now. It's very painful and there is a sort of throbbing pain involved. But the main thing is your foot will swell up very fast. There's a lot of fluid under the tissues and there may be a discoloration, sort of the black and blueness coming in quite instantly. And you're unable to put your weight onto the ankle. It's just not happening. Now, if you heard the snapping or popping sound, most likely you have torn a ligament then. So what do? When this happens, you have to put up your foot immediately. You rest, and I would say 48 to 72 hours above your heart. So the fluid which accumulates under the tissue is draining away. As a self-care protocol, they suggest the R.I.C.E protocol. R stands for rest. That's very important immediately because you can create more damage if you start walking about. I mean, you can't walk about anyway, but even with crutches or put some weight on it. After the injury is healed, of course you want to move your ankle because you also want to prevent that your ankle gets too stiff, but not in the first 3 days, I would say. The I stands for ice. You need a lot of ice packages, and it can be from your bags of peas or your ice slush bath. It's very, very helpful here. It not only brings down the shock impact of the tissues, but it really brings down the swelling and it helps with the pain. I would say every 2 to 3 hours, as often as you can do, really bring in the ice. Now, if you have vascular diseases or diabetes, I advise you to contact your healthcare practitioner because it's very important. The C stands for compression. After you have done your ice treatments, you have to rub up your ankle either in an ankle support brace or elastic bandage just to hold it together, and that brings down the swelling as well. And the E stands for elevation. That's very important. It's above your heart, particularly in the night, so the fluid drains away. Now, also suggest to consult your Feldenkrais practitioner or chiropractor, especially if the sprained ankle was caused by misaligned posture. And also your physiotherapist, because he or she can introduce some mild exercises after you have healed in order to prevent the stiffness occurring later on in your foot. So while injured, you maybe use crutches, ankle support brace, sports tape, just to stabilize the ankle. It's very important. Now, usually it takes about 2 weeks to heal a mild sprained ankle, but it can take up to 6 to 12 weeks, particularly if a ligament was torn. The specific rest time is here very important, and also it depends on your susceptibility, how fast or how slow you heal. If you're a slow healer, I think you would like my suggestions here because they will speed up the healing process. So I would say when it comes to a nutritional diet, you will want to bring in collagen. Collagen is very important here. It's the most abundant protein in the human body, and it's needed to keep all types of sort of connective tissue strong. It's your flesh we are talking about. Now, bone broth contains collagen, and it can really help here to speed recovery, particularly in sprains and strains and torn ligaments. Now, in addition, in providing collagen, bone broth also contains amino acid and minerals, which we need now. I use a product called collagen from the Systemic Formulas range. I use them in my practice for years. I think they're the best on the market. So if you are interested in purchasing your collagen product, give me a shout or contact me at health@medicanova.net. Now, for the meat eaters, I recommend also lean organic protein in terms of fish, and of course the green veggies come in. But during this time, you have to really crank up your vitamin C intake. It really helps to rebuild the collagen, as well as magnesium and potassium. These are the supplements which you want to have. I also like zinc here because it facilitates the chemical reaction that rebuilds tissue and supports the immune system, as well as antioxidants. Now your foot is already swollen, blown up, it's inflamed. And when we have this state within our body, we have also free radicals. We don't want them too much in our body because they just enhance the cellular inflammatory state even more. So bring in some antioxidants in the forms of berries, blueberries, superfood, sea vegetables, and they help just to quench these free radicals a bit, and that's very necessary. I use a product called Cairo, again from the Systemic Formula range. It's great for ligaments, muscles, and sort of just general tears and injuries to the ligaments. Really helps very well. But I would say have a sort of daily regime. And the best thing is bromelain, about 500 milligrams 3 times a day. Your collagen, 2 to 3 times a day, I would say. Omega-3 fats. We want really nice fish oils here in order to quench the inflammatory process, as well as superfood. I personally use from the American Botanical Pharmacy, Dr. Richard Schulze's Superfood Plus powder for years. It's organic, it's the highest quality, and that works very well for me. Again, 2 to 3 times a day during this time. You can put it in a smoothie, or you can drink it raw. It really helps to oxygenate and to rebuild your tissues. Even if you are in a lot of pain, remember that almost all ankle sprains don't necessarily need surgery, even with a torn ligament. And with proper care and a prevention treatment plan, you can do a lot here. I also did that twice a day. I got a big pot and I put sort of raw grated turmeric in there with a lot of salt, made it a tea, and let it cool down a little bit, and then heated it up more, and just soaked my foot there for 20 minutes twice a day. That really helps too. I know the research studies don't necessarily advocate heat application, but actually I liked it. I alternated it with ice packs and a hot water bottle. Ice packs and a hot water bottle. It was really nice. So externally, you maybe also want to use an essential oil called frankincense. It really helps to bring down the inflammatory part. But of course, by now, my favorites are first aid homeopathic remedies. They work very well here in combination with what I just suggested to you. Not only will they help to bring down the swelling, but also they really go deep into the interior of the torn tissues, and they really help to bring them more together again, to join them. So they really speed up the healing process. Again, today I want to just talk about first aid remedies for ankle sprains, because ankle sprain can lead to arthritis, or rheumatoid arthritis can lead to an ankle sprain. So we want to keep it simple here. And if you need more help further on that, of course, you can always contact me. So the first remedy is called Arnica montana. Arnica is a beautiful plant which grows up in the mountains, and in this case, potency 200. Why? Because the impact is very strong, usually with a sprained ankle. You can get hold of Arnica montana in your local health food store. It is a natural homeopathic remedy that is used, and it's usually the first line of treatment for the pain of the ankle, because we have a lot of swelling, right? We have a lot of bruising going on, and we have shock happening, not just to your mental emotional part, but also to the tissues. And arnica is brilliant for that, absolutely brilliant. So the person needing arnica often complains of excessive soreness there and even a lameness in the affected ankle. And of course it's worse on slightest touch. Right? First initial thing, that thing is painful. The skin over the ankle also shows bruising in addition to the pain and the swelling. It really reduces the swelling in no time, and that's what we want, because the swelling is sort of a defense mechanism of the body because a huge impact just happened. But eventually we want to calm this down so the joining of the torn fibers can actually start to happen. It's also very beneficial when you have a pain in the ankle or a sprain injury that occurred a few months or a few years ago and you really never got over it. Straight after the injury, take Arnica Montana 200, one tablet, and I would say every 2 to 3 hours, maybe 3 times a day for 4 to 5 days. I'd put it under your tongue, let it dissolve, 10 minutes before and after, do not eat and drink, and just let the body receive this amazing healing frequency. Again, if in doubt, contact me at health@medicanova.net or your personal health care practitioner. So after the swelling has come down, and only then, you then move into the next line of homeopathic remedies. And this is called Ruta graveolens actually, but in short Ruta. You also get that at your health food store. And here we want to have the potency 30. It's usually the number behind the name. Now again, a fantastic remedy indicated for ankle sprains, but here it's not just the swelling and the discoloration, the black and blueness. It's really about now merging and fusing these torn fibers together. This is really indicated for torn ligaments. And it repairs these torn ligaments in a just gentle but very effective way. So here I would say Ruta 30, one tablet morning and evening for about 2 to 3 weeks. As soon as you have an improvement coming in and you feel like, yeah, you really have now the strength, the injury has been healed, then stop. You don't need to take more tablets. So Ruta really strengthens the damaged ligaments of the ankle. And that's what we want, right? That's where we start prevention for future accidents to occur. It's also great a remedy for tendonitis in general. Now tendonitis means that the tendons that join the leg muscle with the bones of the feet pass behind the ankle. So here we have the Achilles tendon, which is often affected. So Ruta can be a great remedy for that as well. So after you have taken Arnica, again, the swelling has come down, the pain is better, the bruising has gone, start with Ruta 30. Another remedy which I think is very important with this injury is when you have pain in the ankle just due to overstretching, overstraining, right? Maybe you had a fantastic yoga session but really overstrained your ankle and the ligaments around it. That's a great help. Now, by now you know that every homeopathic remedy has its sort of personal feature. It differentiates itself from other remedies, right? And in R.I.C.E, the key feature here is that you have a pain in your ankle, which is worse on rest, but much better on the initial movement. So you get up from your chair and you move around, and continued movement actually makes it much better. That's the key feature here. So if you have that, then rather choose R.I.C.E as a remedy than Ruta. So as I said, it's a wonderful remedy for overstrain and overstretching of the muscles. So you have taken your Arnica 200, you have taken Ruta, but you still feel like, I still have, whenever I have a session or go into the gym, it feels a bit funny, then go into the next remedy in line, which is Rostock. And again, 1 tablet, I would say morning and evening, maybe for another 2 weeks. As I said, if you're in doubt, contact me. So if you happen to experience a tendency to twist or turn your ankle quite frequently, so it becomes sort of a pattern, then you need other remedies. And then it's time to contact me at health@medicanova.net or your personal health care practitioner. Now there are of course many more homeopathic remedies on Nova, but let's keep it simpler. Remember that you can get hold of these remedies at your local health food store, and you can order them online, so it's not a problem. So that's it. They're great tips for your healing, and if you're interested, to learn more about first aid homeopathy and my work or natural healing in general, have a look at my website medicanova.net, at the online academy, where I offer great comprehensive online home study courses such as Thriving with Homeopathy, so a practical guide for the whole family, nurses, carers and beyond, everybody, as well as another course more indicated for pregnancy, labor and postnatal care, as well as quantum healing and all what makes you feel so much better. If you're interested in a personal health consultation, either for yourself or your children, you can contact me at health@medicanova.net. And as always, to stay updated with more videos, subscribe to my channel, like and share it with your friends. Until next time, much love. Take care and don't sprain your ankle.